Alright, what's going on, guys? Trey back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video review for The Walking Dead issue 99, Something to Fear Part 3. Yeah, the issue before, issue 100, if you guys have seen all the variant covers for issue 100 and everything that's going to be coming out for that, it's expected to sell like freaking crazy. It'll probably be Image Comics' biggest selling release ever in the history of Image, probably. I mean, maybe back in the day, I think Spawn was released under Image, so Spawn issue 1 was probably the most purchased. But I think The Walking Dead, with all its variants and everything, issue 100 should be probably past that. I mean, there's a chance it won't because Spawn was really big during that time, but with a TV show and everything, you got to kind of think, and all the variants, that issue 100 will do really well. And part of that will have to do with how good this issue was. So this issue, being issue 99, the one just before it, this will contain minor spoilers, although there's nothing shocking that happens in this issue to really spoil. So it's just going to be minor stuff, sort of talking about the plot and where it's going to go for issue 100. So obviously we know issue 100 is going to be huge. Robert Kirkman has promised a bloodbath, basically, and that a lot of people are going to get killed. Also, on one of the covers, there is Charlie Adlard has done a cover with just like bodies of all the characters that have died up to this point, up to issue 100. And one of the characters in the front of it looks a lot like Amy. People have been arguing back and forth. A lot of people say, or sorry, did I say Amy? I meant Andrea. A lot of people have been arguing back and forth whether they think it's Amy, whether they think it's Andrea, which character they think it is. And also, with everything that's happening in the story in this issue, it kind of looks like to me that maybe it will be Andrea. I mean, we'll have to see what happens and all that, because I didn't see Abraham on the front of that cover at all. So, it's kind of to be debated. But we do know one thing for sure. Robert Kirkman has promised this is going to be an absolute bloodbath. So there should be a lot of characters killed. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and let's assess everything in this issue. So the issue starts off, we get some cool zombie action with a couple guys from the community. I think Nicholas is his name. The other guy with the dreadlocks and the glasses, kind of nerdy looking, middle-aged African-American male, forget his name, smashing some zombie heads up. Pretty cool scene. Glenn's in there. And we cut over to Rick and Andrea just kind of talking, wondering, thinking about what they're going to do, since they're kind of, even though they're spoilers for anyone who hasn't read the comic up to issue 90. Okay. Since they're together now, obviously, and they're both kind of the best survivors there. Rick, of course, being the leader, Andrea sort of being his number 2 now that Abraham's dead. Plus, she's the best shot of anyone, so she's a tough MF to mess with too. So, the two of them, their couple, is kind of what runs things in this group right now. So they're kind of discussing what they're going to do, and then they have seen them hugging. Carl kind of walks in on it. I like the expression Charlie Adler draws on Carl's face. He kind of looks at it, kind of looks up, and then kind of goes like this, and he doesn't smile per se, but it's almost like he's more depressed to see Rick with Andrea, because maybe it reminds him of his mom, or Lori, or whatever, but it's just kind of, I thought that was kind of neat. That was an interesting scene. You could have seen all this in the preview, by the way. I read this a couple days ago in the preview. Next scene, we have Maggie and Glenn talking, just discussing what they're going to do. They decide that they're going to actually try to go to the hilltop. So they're going to leave Rick's group and they're going to go to the hilltop group and try to stay there because Maggie's pregnant, and he's worried about his baby, all that kind of stuff. So you know how that's going to go. Then we get to see Eugene and Rosita mourning over Abraham and his death, and just kind of getting close, and Eugene being there to support her, and all that stuff. Then we get to see the funeral procession, which is really cool. Holly and Rosita have a little territorial discussion. Women territorial. Yeah, going forward from there, not too much to say on that. Abraham's dead now, so whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. And then they're kind of, everybody's mourning, and Rick calls a meeting. So Rick's decision, very strange. Rick has decided that after the attack in the last issue and what's happened recently with the Saviors and Negan's group, he has decided that he, as well as a couple others, including Glenn and Michonne, looks like, are going to leave, and the rest of the group is going to be there, led by Andrea, and just pretty much in defense mode. They've got a barrier of cars around the community, and of course the gate as well. So they're in a good situation, but it looks like, as stated at the end of this issue, the Negan group or the Saviors are going to throw an all-out attack, because when Rick's group leaves in the van, you get to see a couple of them on a rooftop sort of peering down, watching, and saying, "We attack at dawn." So, perfect setup for the next issue. Obviously, in the next issue, it looks like there might not be any, like hardly any talking at all, hardly any dialogue at all. It's probably just going to be, the Saviors coming after them, both probably coming after. It sounds like they're going to kind of leave Rick to go, and they're going to attack the town. I imagine because it's issue 100, you're probably going to have Rick's group in the van run into trouble too. I'd imagine, it's not just going to be smooth sailing for them to just go right out to the hilltop. I assume something exciting is going to happen around that because it's issue 100. Let's see who's with him in detail. We got Michonne, Glenn, Maggie, Carl, Rick, and I think that's pretty much it. Maybe the nerdy guy with the African-American nerdy guy with the glasses. I forget. I think so, yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. So that's my understanding of it. A great setup for issue 100. By itself, I mean, just a really good setup issue. There's almost no action, but, I mean, I totally understand that. That's totally good, because what you want to have happen is you want to have them set up everything this issue, issue 99, and then in issue 100, blow us all away with, or, well, blow a lot of characters away and just blow our minds with everything that happens in issue 100, because it should be dope. Especially now that I think it's really interesting, this kind of setup where you have Rick being separated from the rest of the group, just with a small little faction, and Andrea being back there at, with the rest of the group inside the community. Wow, yeah, this is going to be really exciting. So as good as I think this issue is, it's mostly just setup. I'm really, really excited to read issue 100 and see everything that's going to happen there. Definitely expect to see a review for that. Pretty much Wednesdays right now, I work until midnight. So I don't get done until midnight. I just finished like maybe 20 minutes ago my shift. So when the issue is released, I won't be able to review it right away. I'll have to wait until after work to review it. And then, so when issue 100 comes out, my review won't be up right away. So what I'd ask of you is, please don't spoil it for me. What I'll probably do is when issue 100 comes out on the Wednesday, I won't check any messages during the day until, after I review it, because people send me messages. They spoil shit for me like crazy. It kind of sucks because it comes with the territory. I do YouTube videos, so people send me messages all the time. But, it comes with the territory that I'm going to get stuff spoiled. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, or if there's a rumor or a script gets leaked for the show, I'm going to hear about it because someone's going to send me a message about it. It's just going to happen. Also, or yeah, I should give this episode a score. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Just a sec, sorry. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good setup issue, but like I said, not a lot of action because we want to see this kind of stuff. We want to see this set up for the next big payoff in the next issue. So an 8 out of 10 for this one. A lot of people have been asking for more Walking Dead videos when I've been putting up other types of videos. And I'm going to try my best to do as many different Walking Dead videos as I can think of, different topics and stuff. The problem is I'm getting a lot of topics that are suggested to me that I'm like, I can't do a video about that. Like, a lot of them really suck. So, and that's not to knock on anyone. Please don't take offense to that if you've suggested something. It just, sometimes it doesn't vibe with what I'm thinking, or, I can't really talk about it a lot. So, but that's that. A good issue. Very excited for issue 100. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And do you think that Andrea is going to die in issue 100? I sure hope not, but I don't know. It's kind of looking that way. I guess we'll see what happens. That's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one later. Peace.